Update 1 on Cyclone Frances, which has formed in the Timor Sea. As of 3 PM UTC, April 27th, it had winds of 50 miles per hour and a pressure of 994 millibars. 11.1 degrees south, 128.1 east, and there are cyclone warnings in effect for parts of Western Australia, extending from Wyndham to Curie Bay. So the storm is expected to move towards the west-southwest over the next few days, could intensify a little bit in the short term, the next 24 hours, then after that we expect it will gradually weaken, and by the time we get to the other side of the weekend, the system could weaken to a tropical depression and then eventually to a remnant low as it moves out into the open Indian Ocean. The warnings are in effect. There aren't any tropical storm force conditions reaching land at this point. 138 miles west-northwest of Point Fawcett, 190 miles south-southeast of East Timor, and 299 miles north of Wyndham. It's a stage 2 on the CDPS scale, meaning that conditions near the centre could cause damage, but it is a newly formed storm and it's not going to be too severe in terms of widespread damage. But this is what we expect over the next few days. We don't expect that the storm will make landfall or get too close to land at all. Into Saturday, you can just about see Western Australia there, just about getting the very edge, and then into Sunday it moves towards the west-southwest, and then away from Australia by the end of Sunday and weakening by that point. But it looks like the wind field could end up being displaced to the south by the time we get to that point, so there could still be gusty winds along the coast of Western Australia. Sea surface temperatures here are very warm. 29, maybe even 30 degrees later on, especially when it moves to its closest approach to Kimberley. And then the wind shear you can see here is low to moderate, but could be on the decrease as it moves towards the west-southwest there. Wind shear doesn't ramp up for some time yet, until it gets to, say, where it is on its 72-hour position, if not later. So this is what it's been doing in the last few frames, how the storm's been progressing. Rotation looks pretty good, always has actually, and sort of a southwesterly direction by the looks of things on there, with a big flare up in those latest frames of convection and possible development. One or two of the models are hinting that it could be a quick spin-up cyclone, that it could possibly reach a hurricane status on the Saffir-Simpson scale, category 2 or 3 on the Australian scale. The Bureau of Meteorology says it will get to category 2 on their forecast on the Australian scale. At the moment it's a category 1, and of course we'll wait and see on that. Elsewhere in the tropics, look at this mess. This is the remnants of Moifa, which completely degenerated over the course of the last 12 hours. It was a tropical depression, just weakened from a tropical storm at the last update 12 hours ago. But the reason why we're not doing an update on that system is because, well, you can see it for yourself there. Moifa looks awful, and it looks like it's had its time over and done with in the Western Pacific, and we'll be waiting for the next storm over there after 2 failed attempts at getting a named storm. The third one did so in the form of Moifa. That's 3W in the numbering list on the Western Pacific season. So 2017 so far, we've seen 2 depressions, 11 tropical storms, 2 category 1s, that's the Saffir-Simpson scale, and 1 of each category beyond. You can see how far away we are from the averages. It's getting up there slowly but surely, and that brings our total. Frances helps us to bring our total up to 18 so far for 2017 in terms of tropical storms. Not too far from the giddy heights of 1900, which had 31, and then we'll be climbing our way up through the leaderboard throughout the rest of the year. The average, by the way, is 90.5, so a long way to go yet. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com and its tracker at your service at any time. You can also find us on YouTube, search Force 13 if you're not there already. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find us on Facebook, search Force 13, and it's at Force 13 on Twitter if you'd like to get in touch with our handle on there. You can also add Fool 13 on Skype, and that's FOOL13, and add extension 9094 on Discord for tropical weather chat.